afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening, and welcome back to Mission Podcast. This is the Night of Champions preview edition. Obviously, we've got myself, Hazza Haroon, with DK, Carpe, and special guest appearance, Hedy. And we're here to talk about everything Night of Champions related. But before we go into that, I think we've got to touch on a really sensitive issue here, and it's something that we don't really often do here on Mission Podcast. Particularly, we're Brian as well, so this is something we should always be talking about. Danny, pull up the video. Pull up the video. Pull up the video right now. Oh, are we not doing that? Are we not doing that?
We don't even know if this event's gonna go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna go on that. We don't even know if this event's gonna go ahead because we don't know if CM Punk's still gonna travel over to Saudi Arabia because it's CM Punk. That's why hustle, loyalty, respect. Jokes aside, listen to this video.
The one thing that could bring, the Arabs and the Jews together would be a World Wrestling Federation event, World Wrestling Entertainment event. Pardon me. And someone saying, "Oh my God, did he just say that?" Yeah, I did. Because again, I think people from all walks of life, different nationalities, different cultures, all enjoy what we do. Concept, I think that
Low key, he's spitting though. Everyone loves wrestling.
Vince, man, bring him back. Get rid of Triple Hamas.
Jokes aside, screw the Zionists, free Palestine. Like, you know what it is?
100.
100 on that. You know what it is? Bring the Jews into one stadium, yeah, and let them watch John Cena wrestle John Cena. Like, that's my idea of world peace, bro. Let them torture themselves watching old John Cena fight old John Cena. Like, that's my idea of world peace.
But I think TKO made boss calls to Trump.
Area manual.
Yeah, because Trump's calling off the attacks now. Oh my God.
Did you see what he said? He said they have no clue what they're doing. Oh, that clip was hilarious.
Yeah, Trump.
This is the same Donald Trump, by the way, that's been shot in the ear. Like, he wasn't this pissed off when he got nearly died, bro.
I think Night of Champions will go ahead though, because let's be real, Iran is not going to attack Saudi. That's never happening.
Yeah, bro, the Iron Cheeks country's never doing that.
Let's not get into the political side of things. Obviously, we're saving that for when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Do you know what I mean? We'll start venturing.
Yeah, that's when we've actually got traction to get cancelled.
That's a special episode.
Special episode.
We don't give away those insights for free. Do you know what I mean? Assuming the card is gonna go ahead, let's get into it.
Shall I show the card?
Yeah, bring up the card, man. I mean, we've got StreamYard for a reason. We're not on Discord anymore.
Shout out Discord though.
Before we get
yeah, for real. You were there from day one, but we don't have those day one ooses anymore. It's just me, Oos. Day one, it's just me.
Yeah, before we get into that, who do you think? Do you think Dom's legit injured, or did he?
Hell no, he's not legit injured.
They would have stripped him off the title if he was properly injured.
Yeah, what he said yesterday. I injured my ribs. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so.
Wait, people were gassing.
Why Labour MPs are trending in the UK right now.
This is a too much card. This is a too much card with 4 mid matches after that. I don't.
I did Raquel as well.
IWC was gassing up this card. It's not that great.
Oh, but to be fair, before this card, there was no Sami Zayn with Karrion Kross yesterday.
Yeah.
There was no
Rhea.
They had AJV Dominic, so there was like 3 great matches on the card. And then the injury bug here. We'll talk about that later, anyways.
No. But see, hang on. Before we literally talk about all the matches on the card, right? Night of Champions, and you got 2 titles being defended on this card. What is the point? Which is Night of Chumps, bro. Like, where we got? Like, no, seriously, where are we going with this WWE? Like, you've got the King of the Ring final, Queen of the Ring final. Just change the name of the pay-per-view or something, because it's not Night of Champions. It's Night of Chumps. Like, you're having qualifying matches for a tournament, for an event that is happening in the summer. I wish they would have a King of the Ring pay-per-view where they had all matches in one night or something like that. Like a fatal 4-way, a semi-final and a final, a fatal 4-way, something that isn't this shit. Something that isn't this shit.
Do you know what it is with Night of Champions? I mean, I like the look and everything, but it's a bit of a pointless pay-per-view. In my opinion, every title should be defended at every pay-per-view. I don't know if you guys
All right, I
agree.
think every title is excessive. There's more than the over 10 titles. You're not gonna have 10 matches on every card.
Not nowadays. I mean, back in the day, every title
Oh, yeah,
should
yeah,
have been
of
defended
course.
on every
Facts.
pay-per-view. So it's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of a stupid pay-per-view name, but it's even more stupid now because you don't have the whole every title gets defended gimmick as well. It's kind of, I don't know what they're
Yeah.
doing with. I think Triple H might need to reassess his pay-per-view scheduling for next year.
It's funny because he would usually have 4 matches on a pay-per-view every single time, valuing quality over quantity. But I don't know if it's a Saudi Arabia thing that they're putting more matches on one card, so that TKO are kind of fulfilling their match quota or something, in terms of appeasing to the Saudi fan base. Obviously, if it's a money thing, then fair play. I mean, Sami Zayn in Saudi is always a big win.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you could have actually booked that properly
Do
beforehand.
Are Saudi guaranteed 2 pay-per-views a year? Is that the
Yes,
deal?
they've got
Yeah.
Crown
Crown
Jewel
Jewel.
later. That'll be champion v champion, I think.
One thing I will say though,
Yeah.
I prefer them putting pay-per-views in Saudi instead of like making a generic name. Like, remember when they used to have Super Showdown and stuff like that, Greatest Royal
Yeah.
Rumble. Crown Jewel's it's not really a good name, but
I kind of
They're
like Crown Jewel. I kind of like the name Crown Jewel.
Mm.
It's like
they have the whole Crown Jewel
embodies-
Championship as well in it for that.
Yeah, it embodies that.
Cody's
It
still
embodies
got
that Saudi royalty, don't it?
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. And to be honest, I like wrestling in Saudi because it's easier. I don't like personally wrestling anyway. Like, I'm not a wrestler myself. Anyway, wrestling in a general spectacle. Wrestling in a general spectacle in Saudi is pretty cool, to be honest. I don't have to stay up at 1 o'clock in the morning watching Goldberg and Gunther go at it. I get to at least it's like 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening or 5 o'clock, whenever it is. And the crowd's always good as well. Like, we're not hearing "This is awesome."
You don't hear what as well.
What? What? Yeet. Yeah.
Nah, you do hear
Bro,
that.
Saudi will be popping off regardless, and it'll
Yeah.
be fun.
One of my biggest problems this year with the company has been there's too many events in short space of time. So you take after Mania, you had Backlash. Okay, that's fine. And then you have Saturday Night Main Event. 2 weeks later? Not a big fan of that because you're not really
Yeah.
letting any stories breathe. And then you had Money in the Bank. Fair enough. I'd say from Backlash to Money in the Bank, that jump is fair. Just don't put Saturday Night Main Event there. I know they have to do it because it's a powerful deal with NBC, but I just don't like it. And again, after Night of Champions this weekend, you'd say, okay, there's probably 4 weeks, 5 weeks until SummerSlam. Let some stories breathe. But no, you've got to have another Saturday Night Main Event. It feels like a glorified house show. There's no point to it, and it feels like the matches Triple H books on the shows. It just feels like he's putting them together for the sake of it. Like the next Saturday Night Main Event, we've got Gunther v Goldberg. That's like no related to any stories. That's just out of the random for a Goldberg match. I get it. Goldberg wants to retire. It's a perfect match for him. For Goldberg, it's perfect. For the company though, then straight after Saturday Night Main Event, 3 weeks later you've got SummerSlam. I just don't think there's any breathing room for the
there's
stories. This was a similar feeling to 2016 when you used to have a pay-per-view every 2 weeks. I mean, come on, who wants to do that? I think that's one of the biggest problems this year. And on this, after Saturday Night Main Event, a day later you've got Evolution. So you've got Night of Champions. Then a week after you've got Evolution, and you got Saturday Night Main Event. The women's stories, I don't know what's happening with them because right now they've got no matches made for Evolution. They've got no matches made for Saturday Night Main Event. All they've got, and they put Rhea v Raquel in a street fight together just yesterday on the episode. They were trying to pivot from
so
Liv getting
pointless.
injured. I just think the scheduling this year has been a
Danny
big
Cole.
mess. So I hope Triple H picks you up after SummerSlam because there's only one Saturday Night Main Event, which is John Cena's last match. That's the only Saturday Night Main Event after SummerSlam. So I hope he picks you up. And for next year, just try scheduling one Saturday Night Main Event, not before SummerSlam. Do it before, or maybe just after Elimination Chamber, because you have 8 weeks until WrestleMania. So have one between there. Don't have it when there's a pay-per-view every month. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
I feel like compared to last year, the booking has been so underwhelming. Like even the events itself. compared to what it was last year. Me personally, I think it's underwhelming.
There's too much, man. I thought the whole point of
Yeah.
cutting down pay-per-views, was to like, I don't know, have more breathing space for stories and stuff. But it just feels like every 2 weeks there's another show, and it's a bit of a mess. It's affecting the storytelling.
Yeah, it's saturated, man. That's what it is.
But let's get into the card then.
Should we start with the main event of the night?
Yeah, go for it. Cena versus Punk.
What a smooth transition, by the way. Oh my god. It's Mr. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. All right, you know what? Best in the world versus the GOAT. I think there's only one way this is going, to be honest, and it's John Cena winning. I don't see anything else happening on the night unless they do the first ever Saudi cash-in.
Seth. Ooh.
Imagine Punk beating Cena and then Seth cashes in on Punk. That would be sick.
That's amazing.
Where's my tribal chief?
Obviously, you guys know my thoughts. I wish this was happening at SummerSlam with the longer build, because the story, the actual promos between these two are very good. But again, it's kind of gone to waste because they've only had 2-3 weeks to build it up. It's kind of been rushed, and it's mind-boggling. Yeah, feuds like they've done it with Orton and Cena, they rushed it, and now they're doing it with Cena and Punk. It's like two iconic rivalries of John Cena's career just being like shoehorned into his schedule. I'm not a fan of it, but it is what it is. I mean, we saw the Cena pipe bomb. I don't know what you guys think of it. That was the best heel work Cena's done so far. That was a great promo. I think the most logical solution here is Cena's just going to beat Punk, isn't he? And then I don't know what the plan is for Cena at SummerSlam.
It's going to be Cody Rhodes winning
Cody
the.
Rhodes
Guys, can I just say something?
Sorry.
What were your thoughts on? I don't know if you've seen it, but Cody saying his babyface runs near the end. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I think I sent Danny a clip of
Yeah, that's the
Um,
one I'm referring to. What do you think of that?
I don't like that. Well, it's like I get kayfabe in 2025 is dead, yeah, but somewhat keep it alive a bit. Why are you going out and like teasing something like that? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, what's the point?
Yeah, it's gonna ruin it then, like when it eventually comes.
Yeah, because now we're anticipating it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think not Cena. Cody's heel turn should have the same impact as the John Cena heel turn. Like Cody Rhodes should have that 5-6 year baby face, and then boom, switch it up. By the way, this picture's so funny to me. Like CM Punk's just lying there the entire time.
You're sat there for 6 minutes, bro.
Bro, Cena done
And
it as well.
the referee peeping over as well. Bless her. She must have been like, Cena,
That's so funny.
they need you to run the time down a bit more.
Fucking Slim Jim tables, woke nonsense, man.
Listen, my thoughts on this feud for the 3 weeks of build they've had, I think it's been amazing. I think both of them bring the best out of each other. This has been by far John Cena's best heel work. You know, none of this R-Truth, Logan Paul, Travis Scott nonsense, just straight with CM Punk. It's been amazing. The Pop one, I think, was his best promo by far. People were saying, "Oh, I don't know why they compare each other." I think they're both very different. Cena's is definitely a parody, so no one was expecting Cena to be, serious and an actual power bomb. This was just a parody of Punk's, and I think it came off perfect. He shouted out Claudio Castagnoli, Nick Nemeth, and Matt Cardona, which I found hilarious because them three have all been buried by John Cena, so it's just so ironic. So I obviously wish this happened at SummerSlam too. I think it's much better, give it more weeks of build. How I think the match is gonna go, I think it'll be a fun match. I think probably a 4-star match. Both of them, we seen them at Elimination Chamber. They're both the best out of each other. That was a nice, they were the last two. They had a good family match. I enjoyed that. Be a fun match. How the ending goes, one thing I know for a fact, it's not going to end clean. I think there's going to be shenanigans which involve Seth's faction. Definitely.
Yeah,
I think Seth's faction comes out, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, they all come out. We will see a ref bump. I think the only way CM Punk wins is if Seth cashes in straight away. There's just no way CM Punk walks out of Night of Champions going into SummerSlam as champion. I don't see that at all. Cena, I think winning is probably the most logical and biggest possibility, I think. Seth winning though, I think can happen. I think if he cashes in, walks into SummerSlam, and they run Seth Punk 3 there, just end a few there, maybe in a Hell in a Cell or give that match a big stipulation that can be main event United too. I got no problem with that. Another thing I've heard is that Seth tries to cash in, but of course,
Roman.
this guy wasn't there at Money in the Bank, but Roman returns and cost Seth the cash
Yeah.
in. And by all the shenanigans, John Cena capitalizes on Beast Punk. I can see that happening, which again furthers that Punk getting angry at Roman because Roman cost him the match, Seth getting angry because Roman cost him the match, and Cena being the heel, he won the match. Those are the only possibilities I see. I don't really see anything else. I see Punk winning probably the lowest, Cena retaining definitely the highest, and Seth winning, I'll probably give him a 10 to 20% chance. But yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy it more than I've enjoyed lots of Cena heel work this year.
Do you
Yeah,
not
for
think
sure.
Seth cashing in will like kind of ruin what he's got going on right now?
No, I think Seth cashing in ruins the whole WWE booking. Why is my hand like this? This green screen is so bad. Like, bro, my hand's just floating around everywhere. The Seth
Mine's
cash
right.
in. You didn't change the light bulb. I'm not serious
Oh my
today, guys.
days.
No, so I think the Seth cash in kind of just ruins the King of the Ring aspect as well, because then if Seth cashes in and it's Seth Punk, then where does Cena go? One. The second thing is, what does Cody / Orton face Gunther? Those
Yeah,
matches don't make sense per se.
yeah, I get it.
So I get, well, Seth Cody does, but are you going to really have Cody win the King of the Ring to then just lose to Seth at SummerSlam? Like, is that the direction they want to take it on? I think Cena's going to be the one that retains on the night. Seth has a failed cash in. He doesn't cash in and then fails. I think he has a failed cash in
Yeah,
attempt. Whether that be blocked off by Roman or whoever, that remains to be seen. But certainly, I think this all roads leads to Cody versus Cena at SummerSlam, which is a piss take, to be honest. Given that we saw it at WrestleMania, I don't want to see a rehashed match of that. I'd rather see Cena versus Orton or Cena versus Punk. Again, I wouldn't mind. I just don't like the fact that stupid American nightmare prick is going to get another match against the GOAT.
I think.
Mm,
Do you guys think WWE could do Cody Cena 2 at SummerSlam and they do a double turn?
I was just gonna say that.
Wait, what? So
Loki, that will go
Cody
crazy.
turns heel,
Yeah,
Cody
and then
heel
Cena
becomes
turns back to a
face.
babyface. That would be nuts. I can't lie.
But how would that happen? Cody winning?
Yeah, Cody cheats,
Oh,
does
okay.
the same thing, hits him, low blows him, or
Oh.
hits the belt.
Yeah, you're cooking with that,
No, but then
cook
people
with
would
that.
actually want that. People would actually be cheering him though, because
True.
Cena did it. Why would you not do the same sort of
All right,
thing?
guys. What if for the first time since Cena's heel run, he wins clean, and after the match, he goes to shake Cody's hand, and Cody low blows him, and Seth cashes in.
Ooh,
So
That
Cody
could
turns heel in the process, and Seth becomes champion. I think that's amazing.
that's logical. That
It's out of the blue. I don't see it happening in a million years.
probably it's probably
but,
better. These scenarios are probably better than what WWE is gonna give us. To be
oh yeah,
honest,
Fiend.
that would be amazing. Man. Cody
no,
turning
it's
heel
not
on
Fiend
Sunday
anymore. They
night.
got Cardi B for SummerSlam.
Oh yeah.
But have you seen the SummerSlam posters as well? By the way, look how dull they
Yeah,
are.
dead man.
It
I
feels
miss
like Winter Slam or something, bro.
Yeah,
Back
I
in
miss
the
the
day, there
old
used to be
school.
black colors, yellow colors, and white colors.
The
Boy, it's
old
just
school.
black
Remember
now.
the old school green logo? That was so good.
Yeah.
Instead, we got Espresso Depresso, man. Like, get
And
out
they
of
used
here,
to
bro.
hype it. They used to hype it as the biggest party of the summer with the adverts and everything. It used to be so good, but times have changed. But yeah, should we move on to the next match?
Yeah. What's the next match? We're doing Cody Randy.
And
Yeah.
again, another match I'm not really a fan of, to be honest.
You reckon?
Because
Nah,
no, it'll
I'm
be a
fine with it.
sick
I'll
match.
explain why,
Yeah.
but I'm fine with it.
Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, for me, that's a WrestleMania worthy match. That's something you need to build a feud from. The master in Randy Orton versus the apprentice in Cody Rhodes. I don't know. It feels a bit out of place for me to do it in the final of the King of the Ring tournament. Do you know what I mean?
You know why is copy? I think the first match they'll run will be a babyface v babyface match. I think that's perfect. I think this pisses Randy off more. He lost last year's King of the Ring. He's going to lose this year's again. It slowly builds to Randy turning heel. He turns heel on Cody, and we get the feud. Maybe even to next Mania. They do that much at Mania instead of what I said first, Cody Punk, which I could also see. So they could do that. I think it's perfect. You know, have the first match. It's a similar way they did to Kevin Owens with Cody Rhodes at Bash in Berlin. That first match was just a pure babyface to babyface match, and that slowly, enticed the turn of Kevin Owens turning heel on Cody Rhodes. I could see something similar but better even happening here.
That could work, Danny. I can't lie. The way you've sold it to me, then if they do it like that, I wouldn't mind that.
I think it goes down a similar pattern though of okay, Cody wins King of the Ring, Cody becomes champion, Randy turns heel, loses against Cody, then one more time Randy goes at WrestleMania, takes the title off Cody, and then we're just going through an endless cycle of Cody takes the title middle of the thingy, and then someone takes it back off him, and the undeserved blonde bastard gets another title whilst everyone else in the card who's better than him, rah, rah, rah. I like it. I like the idea. It's just how long are we going to put this fraud in the main event for? Like,
Also, he's there for a long time. You just gotta, you gotta affirm it. He's there for a long time.
I'm a hater, bro. Like, he took my tribal chief's title away from him, and yeah, I don't like this guy, man.
Do you know what it is? I feel like when Randy does turn on Cody, yeah, and let's say they have their feud, I reckon that will be the final part to Cody turning heel as well. Do you know? It's like a cycle, isn't it? Kevin Owens turned heel.
Was his boy, and then
turns heel against Cody, and then Cody has had enough, and he turns as well.
I want Cody to turn on Randy. I feel like Randy's so much more loved than Cody, though. Like, I don't think people would boo Randy nowadays. I don't know what it is. I think he's gone past that like status of being hated, if that makes sense. There's rarely any superstars like if they did any heelish antics, unless they did it to someone who was a lot more babyface that they turn. I feel like Cody turning. There's only three people that Cody could turn against, and people would hate him for it. That's Randy Orton, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn.
I feel like the cool heels get cheered near enough most of the time. These days, we've seen it with Drew, we've seen it with Kevin Owens, Seth. We've seen it with lots of heels who just get cheered because the crowd love them. I don't know. It's kind of hard to find a heel that gets. A perfect example is last year, Solo Sikoa. People actually didn't like him, and he played his role amazing. But that, everyone else is too cool. I think you love your heels. Just as much as you love your baby faces, the ones that get cheered are amazing. Heels are even cooler. That's why people more resonate with heels because they love them. You've got to be a sick bastard for someone to actually hate you as a heel. Back in the day, Onan, Orton,
Edge,
them kind of characters. Edge, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it goes back to that. I think I remember I remember making a point on a previous podcast one time, and I said that doesn't heel and face kind of reflect where we are with society these days, that heels are justified in the turns that they make, so therefore you feel more aligned with them as opposed to someone who breaks into other people's houses and shatters like their wives mums ashes or something like crazy. I don't know, like there's a big difference between heels and faces nowadays. Like, heels back in the 90s was someone who was foreign, like this is like, it's different times we live in now. So
speaking of foreign, this whole situation going on right now, if Vince McMahon was in charge back in the days, he would have made this into a storyline somehow. But he didn't he? He done it with Sergeant Slaughter back in the 80s. Fucking madman.
Bro, Sami Zayn would be world champion by now. He'd put him in the CM Punk John Cena match. He'd make him pin John Cena.
Did you guys see? Did you guys see the I think the Vice documentary on Muhammad Hassan?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
When the scandal, and then Stephanie, and then I think he said he felt uncomfortable doing the gimmick or something, and then Stephanie McMahon was like, "Shut up, you're gonna do it, or you're fired, or something."
That's
Bro,
messed up, man.
was different back in the day, man. The way it's changed is just so like crazy, innit?
Facts.
So what,
Anyway,
ECU?
who've we got winning this match? I just don't see it
Cody,
happening for
Cody
Randy.
Rhodes.
I
Rody
think
chokes.
Cody's gonna
Move
win.
on.
Poor
I let
Randy,
them
by
know.
the way. I'm not happy with the way Triple H has used him since he's come back from his injury.
You know one thing about Randy Orton after his return, I think he's been an amazing wrestler. He's won some great matches.
Yeah, Randy, and he's still got the star power as well. He still gets some of the biggest reactions. I don't know. I find it baffling that they don't use him as a main event guy. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit,
Yeah, I mean, he's in the main event, but yeah, he takes a lot of losses.
Bro,
Next match.
Randy's definitely got more world title runs in him.
Oh yeah, definitely. This match.
Oh god.
Well,
They're going to
Karrion
give the
Kross.
win to Sami Zayn. They're going to give
Oh
the
my
win to
days.
Sami Zayn. He's in Saudi.
It's-
Karrion Kross. This is his last dance though, because if he doesn't turn up and he just shows that he's a promo merchant, he might as well either go into management or just stop wrestling full stop.
I heard
Because
he's
I've
getting
never seen a
released.
good match.
I don't
I've
think he's
heard he's-
getting released. No. I don't think that happens. I think
Listen, I've never rated Karrion
Oh, yeah.
Kross. I think he's
Never,
so
ever.
overrated. Even with this current gimmick he's got going on, I feel there's been so many people that have done it before him. Do you know what I mean? He's nothing special, even on the promo. Yeah, he can't wrestle. But back in the day, if he couldn't wrestle but he had a sick promo, it wouldn't have mattered. Like WWE didn't really care about that. But now you got to be able to do both in it, the promo and put on a good match. Yeah, it's against Sami Zayn winning it. Not much more to say about this feud.
I'm astonished Karrion Kross has that many fans. Bro, I don't know what people see in him. We've
Bro,
seen
it is though, Danny. The IWC these days, they stand absolute like NPCs.
Yeah.
Nobody. It's weird. They don't want to fight. Like if someone gets released, they start doing up think pieces and writing paragraphs. Oh, blah blah blah. Like, come on, people. It's 2025. There's so many wrestling companies out there for these guys to go to. And they'll probably end up back in WWE anyway.
Yeah.
There's no need to have such an outrage for like jobbers, glorified jobbers, basically.
But yeah, I think what Copy said is true. I think this is Karrion Kross's last match. If he can't get a good match with Sami Zayn, he'll definitely go down the pecking order. We'll barely see him on TV. What he's been doing, yeah, I know we've seen it a lot with lots of different wrestlers over the years, but I think it's good work, especially backstage. His gimmick's basically rage baiting Sami Zayn into a match, and it's worked. He's got a match with him and now champions. But I do think this is his last chance. If you can't get a good match out of Sami Zayn, you're not getting a good match out of anyone else. So I don't know what Triple H does with him after that. But yeah, I'm glad Triple H gave him a chance because now even his fans can see he's not a good wrestler. So I'm happy with it. It's fine. Has there got anything to add?
Sami Zayn's gonna win. I got nothing else to say.
That's pointless, that match.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
they've
just-
added it because Dom and AJ's not on it. So they thought, fuck it, we might as well get him.
What
on
a shame! That would have been a sick match, Dom.
it. Yeah, Dom and AJ. I think AJ would have won, you know.
Nah, I don't
Well, he
think
should have. He should have won if the match happened. He deserves it. I think.
I
What
want to
they're
see
trying to do,
AJ
though-
v Cena though, so like I don't really.
we're not getting that. I don't think we're gonna get that.
I think we will eventually.
I think
It
the
has to
plan is
happen,
for Finn to cost.
But if they're doing
Dom.
Cody Cena 2 at SummerSlam, surely Cody's gonna win.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Or
definitely.
AJ takes the IC title, Cena fights AJ for the IC title.
Oh,
Cena
that could
takes
be
the
an
IC
option as well
title.
because Cena's never
Oh,
won
yeah.
that.
well, he's not a Grand
Exactly.
Slam, is he?
But does it really matter if he's a Grand Slam champion or not because he's already the 17th time world champion? I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Hmm.
By the way, look how bad this poster is. This is so boring.
Bro, why they promoting freaking
Bro,
Bianca Belair? She ain't gonna be
You
there.
know what
man.
that looks like? That looks like a fast lane to me. That doesn't look like SummerSlam.
Can't even see it.
Yeah, facts.
Terrible.
That's not
Where is it?
SummerSlam. man.
Summer. You associate summer with bright colors. You know.
And
I
it's
don't
yellow.
get it. What they're trying
Yeah.
to do.
Unless it's summer in England. I don't know what the hell this is.
Literally, man.
This is the
Literally.
first ever 2-night SummerSlam as well, isn't it? This year.
Yeah, it says on
Yeah.
the poster.
He's-
Sorry, I can't read.
Fairs.
Do you guys think they'll go all out for SummerSlam this year because
Wait,
Mania
is this where Mania 29 was? Same stadium.
Yeah,
MetLife
MetLife Stadium, yeah.
you think they're gonna do like a proper set or nah?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
should
they're
do.
going to. If it's a first ever two-night thing,
They'll
they're
go
just
all
gonna
out.
try. Yeah, I think this is their like WrestleMania that they wish they did. If that makes
Mm.
sense, like
Yeah,
the
that's what I was
WrestleMania
thinking,
that they
yeah.
had in the past. Well, this year it felt like okay, they're just treating it like nothing. But SummerSlam feels like this could be the hard reset that they need. And they're building towards something in that
Definitely.
period of time. I don't know. That's what I think anyway. It's not ideal, but I'd like to see SummerSlam being taken as seriously as
Yeah.
WrestleMania
Low-key,
should have been.
this might sound controversial, but I think the last two SummerSlams have been better than the last two WrestleManias.
Nah, not Mania.
In
Not
terms of the
Mania
match quality.
41.
In terms of the match quality.
Mania
I
41
don't
was.
know.
Not Mania 41. Mania 40 was amazing. That's not better than SummerSlam was good. I enjoyed that. One of my favorite shows of the year. But even match quality, Hetty, I think SummerSlam had good moments, but the matches on Mania 40 were much better.
True.
I mean, I mean, we
no.
could probably do like when we do like a SummerSlam preview. Probably just be wise to go through what the last few SummerSlams are like.
Yeah, we could do that for a video, to be honest. Okay.
Yeah. This is the Night of Champions preview, guys.
Night of Champions,
My bad.
man. This is
That's
shite.
how bad.
Next
Oh, yeah,
match.
Solo,
Juts,
this
bro,
is
that's what
like-
it is. The night of Juts. That's
Guys,
what
you
it
know what about this feud? Yeah. About this feud, in hindsight, I don't think they should have done the turn at Money in the Bank. It got overshadowed.
is. Yeah.
I think Heather said this on the Money in the Bank review.
It's
Well-
so confusing. Why not have this at SummerSlam?
Copy, you know what? I don't think
do
they
you
want to do this at
know?
SummerSlam because they don't just rate Solo as high as they.
Bro, the way they treat Solo is disgusting. Solo Sikoa has done more than enough to prove that he is the guy. To not give him a US,
Didn't he main
is it for the
event
US
against
title?
Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam
SummerSlam,
last
yeah.
year? Like this guy can wrestle. This
Yeah,
guy
that was a
has
class
good
match.
character work. They just don't like him for some reason, and it's
Hey,
ironic
Bro, and look,
because
you know, and I'd argue his faction last year gets more heat than Seth's faction right now.
yeah, 100.
I
I,
mean,
saw
they
that
did
tweet
double.
before. I saw that
Cody
tweet
was
up.
there at the time as well.
Yeah.
His
they did some thuggish things as well.
The
Like
new
They brought him
the
into
new
a table.
bloodline was amazing.
They
What
brought
they
him
did
into a
with
table,
Paul.
bro. Him took a bump, a crazy bump as well.
Bro, stop
Yeah,
sleeping. WWE, man. Triple H, stop sleeping on Solo Sikoa. This guy is fucking
Yeah.
good.
Solo killed me at Money in the Bank. All them emotes he was doing.
He was amazing in the match, bro. God was actually hilarious.
He was too funny, man.
the
Solo,
thing,
man,
the,
he's
the
one of
funny
them
thing is
guys.
with like Seth's faction comparatively to Solo's bloodline is that Seth's factions all talk. It's like we're gonna revolutionize all of the W. I've got a mic here. Why am I
You know
holding
what
up
my
a
problem is?
mic? I've got a mic
You
here.
know what it is, yeah, with Seth's faction? I feel like they
Oh,
need
that's
some
a
gold, and they're just waiting right now. They've got nothing to do. They've already, what do you call it, Raw Punk off TV. They did a few months ago. Sami Zayn they've done. Roman Reigns they did Raw after Mania. LA Knight they did last week,
yeah.
and Penta I think they beat him. Who else have they got to beat? Seth's waiting to become champion. Braun and Bronson waiting to become tag champions. Then the stories can, go forward. Right now, I think
Hey.
they just stuck in a loop. Seth's cutting the promos. Braun and Bronson are just destroying everyone in sight. I feel like Seth needs the belt ASAP so he can actually feud with people. And then the storyline with Braun Breaker can actually, proceed. I just don't think he's doing anything right now. It was good for the first. It was good for the first 2-3 weeks, and when
Yeah.
Bronson rejoined, you getting the faction over going. I think there still is a fourth person to join the faction, and they just need some gold, and of course, a team name and an entrance. They've none of that. So
Have you seen what the trademark WWE with
oh,
Heyman
that's
apparently?
Paul Heyman,
The
the
Oracle.
Oracle, yeah.
What a
You know what
shit
it is with WWE with this whole faction? I feel like they made a mistake putting both Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed because they both fit the same roles. They're both the muscle.
Enforcer, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They should have got someone else, in my
I
opinion.
mean, Ethan Page and Ricky Saints will be rumored to join. So I'd be amazed. I'd be amazed with Ethan Page, but even Ricky Saints, I think he'd fit the group perfectly. And they can be the pin eater the group needs because right now they're not putting him in that many matches because Braun Breaker can't take a pin, Seth can't take a pin, even Bronson Reed, he's built like a strong guy, he can't take a pin.
He took a pin against Jey Uso.
But that was that was in a 4-way with lots of shenanigans.
Yeah, true,
Not
but
actually,
still, like he still took taking a pin.
yeah.
Personally, I'd like to see Austin Theory turn on Grayson Waller,
Yeah.
get in this faction. But we know that turn's not going to happen. They've been teasing that more than a
That
freaking.
turn's never
if it
gonna
does
happen.
happen,
I'm gonna get cancelled, bro. If I say
even
what I
if it
want.
does happen, I see Austin Theory be the babyface. He's getting all the babyface reactions, so I don't see him.
You remember
joining
that
Faction.
one episode where he was just getting loads of cheers?
Yeah,
I think it was
exactly.
like
So
2-3 weeks
I think
ago,
he'll be Ethan
3-4
Page or
weeks
Ricky
ago.
Saints. I think one of them will join Seth's faction, and he needs the gold ASAP so we can actually advance with the storylines. And then I think me, Hazza, and Hedy were fantasy booking. It'll probably be Seth's faction against Senior's faction at Survivor Series, which
Yeah,
if that happens, I'm looking forward to it.
it'd be good, but
yeah, I think Solo's gonna win, right? This match.
Nah,
no.
Jacob's winning, default.
I think JC, whatever he's called, Jeff Cobb, whatever, probably might.
But,
He might.
I feel like the Tongas are gonna return and help Solo win.
Oh, good question. And
Because
I
wait,
think-
I don't get what's the direction they're heading in then for SummerSlam if Jacob wins.
I am confused.
Jacob versus Drew.
Is Drew back? Is Drew not injured or something?
No, he's been written off.
No, he's injured. He's actually
Time off.
injured. He got injured against
What?
Priest in the cage match. Yeah.
No,
I thought he
legit.
got written off. Oh,
No, he
But I think he's filming a movie as well, no?
He'll probably be back after SummerSlam. I think he's defo's off until then.
I feel like the most logical thing to do is put the belt on Solo and then do the rematch Jacob Solo at SummerSlam.
They've teased Priest v Jacob, so I don't know if they want to do that. I think
Do you think? Do you lot think
get that
Hikuleo
mid out of here.
could get involved, even
Who?
though Hikuleo or whatever he's called?
Oh, he's on.
Yeah,
he's
that's
been
an
on.
option as well.
Nah, he's
It's
been on
funny
main
what
event
they've done with him,
tapings
though.
before the show starts, which
Funny
is
what they've
hilarious.
done.
That's an
They've
option
done.
as well. They could have Hikuleo
Bro,
debut and
hear
help.
this, yeah. Imagine making your debut and it's before the show actually starts. Just pointless.
But yeah, I think Jacob's defo's retaining here.
Yeah, same. Do you think it'll be a good match?
I think it'll be a decent enough match. I don't think it'll be awful like most people are anticipating. I think it'll be a decent 3-star match. Solo, I think people give him too much hate, man. I think he's a decent wrestler on this day. He can get a good match. And Jacob, he's amazing. So I think it won't
Solo's
be-
like
You're
Solo's
not
like
gonna have
Pogba
Jake
on his day.
first genuine pin loss to Solo Sikoa. He's not been pinned, I don't think, as Jacob.
Also, out of all the Uso brothers, yeah, he's easily the best on the mic and the best
Yeah.
character-wise as well. Solo Sikoa.
He's evolved so much from what he was.
And I feel like he's got a good. I feel like he can actually wrestle way better than he does. I feel
Yeah,
like
he
his
was the
character-
Samoan Street Fighter, wasn't he?
Yeah, on NXT he was doing some good work, man. But listen, I hope Solo. I hope WWE start taking Solo a bit more seriously because I think he's very talented.
You, Solo.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Who we got? I've got Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, same.
Jacob.
I got Jacob.
I'm going Solo, bro. I think there's a rematch
Ooh.
at SummerSlam.
Fair game. Next match.
I mean, it's the
Skip.
2 winning matches we got left.
Skip.
Really, Raquel. Let me just load this match up.
So pointless. The other one, Rhea Raquel.
I think we've said this before. Me and Hazard. I think Jade wins this. Jade faces Tiffany at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Jade wins, and Naomi cashes in there to ruin Jade's title reign. I think
Yeah,
that's
and I've got
perfect.
Asuka facing Io Sky. There's just a very
I
natural
hope that
story.
happens,
Yeah,
right?
they teased it yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, that's gonna happen regardless anyway. That's the most
Bro.
easiest story to build up. It makes the most sense, and you don't need Queen of the Ring to do that. You have Jade Cargill finally kind of like realizing her potential, and winning Queen of the Ring, going on to face Tiffy, then Naomi cashing in. That'd be cinema. Or you could have not hopefully you know what it is. I say this and it's like crazy, but I really hope Nia Jax beats Tiffany Stratton in that last woman's. I know she won't, but I really hope she does. And you get Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill. Like that's a heavy hitting match, and then you have Naomi steal it off Jade Cargill because it's more believable. It's more believable for Jade Cargill to be cashed in on if she's facing Nia Jax than it is Tiffany Stratton, in my opinion. And then you've got Asuka versus Io Sky, and that's just graps in the women's dimension of wrestling. It's still a very, very good match. That's potential 5-star.
Why does Asuka look like Cat Slater, bro? Fucking hell. But yeah, I don't really care about this match, to be honest.
Yeah, and let's not even talk about Rhea and Raquel. Rhea's obviously gonna win.
Yeah.
Rhea
In a
Hogan.
street fight as well, man.
Agreed.
Bro, Raquel's so underused, man. All this Judgment Day malarkey.
Who gives a shit? Have you seen
Bro.
that? Apparently, they're gonna rerun the
Yeah.
whole Liv and Rhea
Had them dog,
storyline
yeah.
with Roxanne and Dog.
Yeah.
They can't now, can they? Because Liv's injured.
No, but didn't it with Roxanne? Like
Yeah,
Roxanne,
he's saying that
Well,
they
Liv's
have
got
to because Liv's injured.
Yeah.
and then Roxanne's
You know
gonna
what?
be
I
the
think
new
apparently
girl,
Roxanne
the
and
and
Finn.
then
apparently the
Liv's gonna
plan
come back, and then blah.
apparently the plan before Liv got injured was Liv and Dom against Roxanne and Balor.
Yeah.
That was the original plan.
I have a
don't
feeling
know, man.
Balor is gonna cost Dom his reign though.
Of course he is. That's how his reign's gonna
And then
finish.
you've got what is it, JD and Balor for the tags team titles as well.
Bro, the Raw tag division, let's not talk about it. That tag division.
Oh
He
yeah,
What's it
needs,
called?
he needs the Usos and he needs the Lucha Brothers ASAP because
AWA
it's in,
Awards.
it's in the dumps.
but yeah,
Wow.
that's a night of chumps preview.
Yeah.
Are we
there-
signing up
Yeah,
there?
sure.
Bro, what
Is
a
there anything else
depressing
worth
podcast
covering?
review. What a depressing podcast. Nah, nothing's worth covering now. Literally, all we had was one good match. Everything else, stuck there, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Did you
Nothing
see that
worth.
thing? Did you see that thing earlier today? What's it called? They said that WWE are looking to do another like 2 WrestleManias in the same year.
Oh
or
yeah, I seen that.
Stupid that man.
Get me out of here, man.
something. Greedy bastards, TKO. Oh, another thing I want to touch upon. Yeah, Mick Foley. Did you lot see what Mick Foley said today? He said if social media was around for when him and
Oh
Undertaker
yeah, I seen
had
that.
their
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell match, he said it would have been very forgettable. Like after 3-4 days, people would have like been over it. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Or- I actually
think-
agree. I think.
I don't know, Copy. The bump was a crazy bump. So
Mm.
and no wrestlers really take them kind of bumps anymore. The last person was, I think, was probably Shane who took that crazy bump against Taker. So maybe he's right, maybe he's not. I don't know. Also, one
I
thing
get what you're saying
we
though, because
touched on
on
is,
social media, it's like,
guys, what are your thoughts on this?
yeah,
CM
I'm getting my dream match, my Austin versus Punk. Give me that 5 minutes of chaos. I'd love
If
it.
Austin wants one last match, there's no one more perfect than Punk. I think it's the perfect match you can make.
Austin at WrestleMania.
Bro,
let
the
it-
what he did
the
when he-
promos
let
are
him-
gonna be amazing.
Letting main event now on of Mania, bro. I can't wait.
Yo, do you remember when he crashed into that woman when he was on the bike?
Did she sue him?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Maybe she did. Maybe she got some money. Who knows?
We didn't hear anything from it though. But that was so funny. Man.
Last week, some AEW kind of cameraman he sued Moxley because Moxley shoved him apparently. But that's hilarious. I seen the video. He barely touched him. But I mean, fair enough. Yeah, if you want to get some money
You
for
know.
that, you do. You.
You gotta do what you gotta do, innit?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Stone Cold versus CM Punk. We need it, WWE. Triple H, book that shit, man. Because you're pretty arse at booking everyone else. You might as well just book these matches. I know Vince would.
So underwhelming.
But yeah, this looks like another forgettable pay-per-view, to be honest.
What would you rate it so far? Like in the match,
Bro,
in terms of matches,
It's like a 4.
4. I'm giving it a 5.
I don't know. I think if Cena and Punk put on a banger, yeah.
It could
then-
go up, yeah.
to 6.
Of course it
So,
does.
yeah,
I'd argue even 2 nights of Mania is becoming a bit of a chore.
You know what? I
Yeah.
think 2 nights is fine, Copy, because there's so much wrestling happening. There's so many titles. There's so many stories going into Mania. You don't want to cram them all into Mania and be something like Mania 35 where you got to sit through 6-7 hours. That's absolute horror. No one wants that. I think 3-hour Manias, maybe 3.5 hour Mania, now 1, now 2 is perfect. But having imagine they do something like a greatest WrestleMania in 20 Saudi. That's something that I actually do. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think they should do it.
It's unrelated, but did you see Kaiser in the background when Gable got attacked?
Oh yeah, Gable's injured as well.
Gabe was injured as well. Great.
All the
Just
all the
when-
workhorses of Raw getting injured, Liv, Dom, and Gable.
What happens to El Grande?
He's not injured, so it's fine.
Oh yeah. Fairs, man, fairs.
Yeah, I think that's a good note to wrap it up on. I'm knackered.
Yo.
Hazard gonna do the honors.
Hazard looks on now.
Hazard's in his own world right now.
Hazard, bro, lock in, man.
Fuck WWE.
Hazard, lock in, bro. I need you for Warzone, man.
You'll get me for Warzone. You don't have me for this tonight, man, because the product that the WWE are putting out right now is terrible. Yeah, I'm so pissed off at the fact that they have 6 matches for a Night of Champions and they could have had so many more for Money in the Bank. I'm so pissed that they booked Cody Rhodes up for everything else.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
leave Cody alone.
shut your mouth, bro. I'm so pissed that this company that I used to love is putting out so many shit matches, bro. Don't even zoom me in, man. This is a pipe bomb. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, bruv? Can you hear me? Because listen, I am sick to death. I'm sick to death. Yeah, like this is.
Hazard, I think that beat is more damage than we think, bro.
Bro, she just tried that, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Honestly, genuinely, like, I'm sick of wrestling being treated as like a company, as a business. Can we not just have worldwide wrestling, mainstream wrestling, just be treated as like good storylines? No Slim Jim ladders, no freaking prime tables, no dominoes chairs. Like tickets are extortionate as well. Like wrestling is not what it used to be, man. Bring me back my freaking I
Vince
Quit
McMahon.
matches, my
Vince
strap
McMahon,
matches.
that's the answer.
Bring me
That's
back.
the answer.
Bring me back. No, that's not the
Bring
answer
back
for me.
Del Rio, man.
The answer for me is the one, the only Jack, the All-American Swagger.
Bring back Del Rio, bro.
Bro,
when
Vince starts his new company, I'm going with him, man.
Also, the internet wrestling community, they're so unbearable. They were trying to give their think pieces on Saudi and WWE's deal. I was like, bro, shut up.
They ruined wrestling for me. They ruined wrestling for me.
You're not looking for wrestling. It's so jarring.
We need Vince to go to AEW. I'll be there.
Listen, Roman Reigns as well. You're my favorite wrestler of all time, but get off that part-time schedule, yeah? No one cares about you doing your freaking lat pulls, fam. Listen, you've been doing them since April, bro. Saying I'm coming back to work. You didn't even see your cousin win the title, bro. You didn't even congratulate him. You didn't even say how proud he was. You only said how proud he was after he won the Royal Rumble, man. Night of Champions. This is the Night of Champions preview, and that's it for Mission Podcast. Like and subscribe. I'm done with this, bro.